Well, welcome here, Bruce.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good to have you. I'm glad you could come down. Appreciate the time.
Appreciate the invite.
Maybe just start off, tell me kind of like, what's your journey been in business? Where did you start? What kind of first business you started? And then kind of take me through a little bit.
Oh man, that is quite a journey. It would have been in 2008. I was actually working at Loan Windows and going to be starting.
You want to just pull this a bit closer?
Starting a golf making company. I was at Shortgrass Golf.
Okay.
Yeah. So we built clubs, and it didn't. It was actually very short lived because same year in 2008, I decided to make a life change and go off to Mexico at 28 years old, and it was for starting some dreams, starting my own business, and doing that, taking the big jump. Figured if you got to do the jump, may as well make it big, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so yeah, went down to Mexico in 2008 and learned Spanish real quick and built a crew to build some homes. So I spent about 7-8 years doing plans, permits.
Wow.
For expats buying homes in Mexico. They're on the Yucatán Peninsula.
Very cool.
Yeah. And so built those. And yeah, and actually that spurs into a couple of shoots.
Okay.
I won't get into too much detail there, but in the course of constructing homes, I found areas of efficiencies and whatnot. So I pulled a few patents in regarding block designs to kind of facilitate plumbing lines, electrical lines, and as well. So, and as the journey goes, you learn sometimes partners aren't
the best,
and things happen. And yeah, so the journey, construction was great. I tried starting a few construction products and yeah, just kept that journey. And 2018 is when I decided to come back after some difficulties with some partners and major learning experiences.
Yeah.
And then from there, came back, worked in Steinbach for a little bit at Barkman Concrete. And then the itch, like I'm pretty unemployable, if you will.
Yeah, you just go do your own thing.
I am a dream chaser. I'm a vision chaser. I need to create things, not just sit and do things.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And that's what I've learned in my journey. And so that's why I started now my graphics on demand company. It's here in town. We do wraps, decals, and PPF and all that stuff. And yeah, been doing that for about 3 years full time here in town.
Okay, cool.
And a few years prior to that, just kind of odds and ends.
Sure.
And yeah, so I decided to take the jump when I got laid off in 2023 from Barkman. So I really appreciate that layoff and gave me the jump and the push to
go do your own thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, awesome. Tell me a little bit about, like, you had some bad experience with business partners. What do you now look at when you're doing like business relationships? What are the things that are important to you when picking people to work with?
The important things to me nowadays is I wouldn't necessarily look for a specific partner. I would more seek a proper collaboration.
Yeah. Okay.
Where we can complement each other in a business sense rather than a pure partnership. But of course, it's not cut and dry. There's always situations where that could arise and be okay. But for me, my main focus would be more collaboration with people rather than a full-on partnership.
Yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So then right now you've kind of gone from like the building space into the graphic space. Mm-hmm. How's that transition happen?
Actually quite seamlessly, let's say, in the regard that everything is shapes and geometries. I've done plans and permits for years, and it's all about shapes and geometry. Yeah. Same thing with vehicles. You got a bumper, you have a circle. Well, you have to understand that the circle doesn't end where you see the circle end. There's actually a whole big thing. You have a triangle. Well, the triangle point doesn't end here. It actually ends way out there. So just things like for the geometry side and the design side, doing designs for vehicles. Yeah, I'm seeing it as a bit of a nice transition.
So, and then why graphics? Why not something else? What kind of inspired you?
I love cars, man. You know, ever since the 90s, I had a car back in the 90s. I did my own thing during the 20 years in between, and I love cars, man. And this is getting me back into cars, into the nice. Oh, yeah, I like it.
What's your favorite car?
Give me the track. What situation are we in?
Driving down
cruising,
the street.
give me a Bentley. We're on a track. Oh man, there's so many. There's so many.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Bentley's your cruiser though.
True. I am a bit of a I do like the luxury vehicles.
Yeah. I have driven in a couple of really nice cars, and I think the nicest car I've driven in was a Porsche 911. I think that's like the most luxury. If I ever would spring for a luxury vehicle, I think that's where I'd land.
Nice. You like the speed? You like the...
Oh, I like that. See, I don't want to speed a ton, but I like to be able to get to my speed fast. The acceleration thing, I like that. But I also don't want it to feel like I'm like, I don't want to feel like I'm like jumping into the speed. Like I just want it to be like smooth and now I'm there. I love that.
Yeah, man.
It's a good feeling.
I like speed. We need a track here because...
It's not fun to drive out to Gimli on that bumpy track that's out there.
Apparently they're new ownership, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
I've heard about resurfacing.
Yeah. So hopefully something comes. It's needed.
Yeah.
People need a place to...
Well, and do you drive motorcycles?
Yes, I don't have one currently, but yeah.
I also don't have one currently. But when I had one, we'd go out to Gimli, me and a couple of buddies. And that was the one critique is you could never pull all the corners the way you wanted to because they were pretty rough. There was lots of potholes and stuff.
You're going to be hopping.
Well, the one guy drove like pretty intensely. And so then leaning into a corner, if you're leaning and then there's a pothole, you're just skidding out.
Jeez.
So he didn't like driving it very much.
No, man, that's sketchy. Yeah.
So in terms of like, let's talk business a little bit. What do you think are like the most important things to you in business? Like
integrity and honesty.
Integrity and honesty.
And truly with a goal of serving the customer.
Yeah.
You know, back in my early days, it's always a thing, serve the customer. And yes, it is. But, you know, I think in a young, immature mentality, it's just words. But as you get older and serving the customer and seeing the true impact of what you do to them, it starts getting more concrete inside. It's like, wow, yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, they send you a dream. You know, this is my dream house. I want to look at the ocean. You drop the plans, you make it. And they love it, man. There's not much better feeling than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Actually, one client cried in the kitchen. Oh, man, you can't.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I have a similar feeling, but like we do advertising here. So when you have a client and you're like, yeah, let's run some advertising. Let's get you some more work. And then you flip the switch and the calls start coming in and they're like, dude, like you flipped the switch and 10 calls came in today. That's like the best feeling. Where someone's like, I didn't have work and now I have work. Like, yes, I've delivered value.
No,
like this is super awesome.
For sure.
When you're trying to get those wins, those like big value moments, what do you find is like, do you find that as like your primary driver is to get other people wins? Is that kind of your...
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you know it is because it's let's call it cliche, but I truly, if you can help enough people get what they want, you will achieve what you're going for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Within the context of where you're going. You know what I mean?
So then have you built lots of your businesses? Because I know when you do that, when you focus on like, let's just add value, your business grows on referrals. Is that the main way that you've grown most of the things you've worked on?
Right now, yeah, there's a lot of referrals and just a lot of just Google searches right now.
Yeah.
Because I have been a little bit under the radar. Shoestring budget kind of limits you on how much marketing you can do.
Yes. Yeah. So
I'm getting into the year now where I will be starting to get my face and my name out into town a little bit because it is frustrating when I'm talking to somebody and, I didn't even know you're around here. It's like, yeah,
it would be nice if people knew.
Yeah.
So what's like when you think about, okay, I'm going to go do some marketing and get my face out there. What are the things that immediately pop to your brain as like, this is the fastest, the lowest hanging fruit? What are the things that you think about for advertising, marketing?
People who like really who need what I'm providing. So then I immediately would like to go and sponsor car shows and go hang out at car shows.
Right. Okay.
And just be seen and just be known that I'm in the industry.
Yeah. Be in the right place at the right time.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know what luck is, right? It is just purely the result of being prepared at the right time.
Yes.
That's it.
Being lucky is not about being in the right place at the right time. No. It's being in the right place at the right time with the preparation
100%. Yeah. That's why you got to do that thing without any possibility that it may happen, but you just need to do it. Have it ready.
Yeah. And then be in places where you can get
100%.
lucky,
Yeah. And then
right?
put yourself in those situations. Yeah.
Yeah. I have found that when I go and I be in the right places, when I go to like chamber events, or when I go and I meet with clients, or I go and I'm talking to people, that's where almost all of the like word of mouth stuff especially comes. We find like from an advertising perspective, it's pretty easy to get in front of people on like Facebook and Google,
Sure.
and you can find your right niche. But at the end of the day, for companies like yours and mine, where we're doing business to business often, or we're talking to people about like luxury products that they like, this is a dream product, having that conversation, having that face to face is super valuable.
100%. Because you need to feel, it's not just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a trust piece, right? I talk to people about this a lot. If you're doing online advertising, it's something you immediately have to change your mind. I can't build trust in the conversation super easily. So I might have you come in and say, hey, these are some of the past clients that I've worked with and their experience. So you might use like testimonials for that. Or you might use like a video sales letter, like a VSL, to come in and say, this is what we do. This is how we do it. This is the value we provide. These are the problems we solve. And you can kind of come in and deal with those things from like a face-to-face, in a face-to-face environment.
Right.
It's just on video, right? So it's kind of an interesting thing where the thing that we do when we meet in person and when we talk to people, you still need to recreate that when you do online advertising. It's literally not even different. It's just like, okay, how do you do this online now? And it is the biggest struggle with online advertising is how do you build trust? How do you build relationship with someone when you're not in person?
Right.
And so that's why I still say, like, if you can get in person with people, if you can get in front of that group of people, trade shows and like going to the events where people have cars that are going to get decals.
For sure.
Like
Not even a quote, even a quote proposal. Before you even send the quote, go have that meeting, go talk to them, get face to face so you can you want to provide a proper quote, get all the info, get to know them, and then provide the quote. Because then they even know who's sending you your quote. It could be, they're asking 4 different companies, right?
Yeah.
So if you can at least get in front of them before everybody and just present yourself, it'll help.
A fascinating thing that I've noticed is we don't actually send quotes to people unless we've met with them. And even then, we don't love sending the quote. We want to meet with the person and present the quote.
Yeah.
And I know in some industries that's hard to do, but part of it is if I can meet with you ahead of time, I can actually identify like what's the actual value you're looking for. Because how often does someone come to you and they're like, oh, I just need decals on my truck. And you're like, do you want to stand out? Do you want more people reaching out to you? Where does this truck live? Is it on job sites or whatever? You can then say, okay, I can design something for that. Hey, you have a bunch of these transit vehicles and you want people to just say, oh, they're always around. They're always delivering stuff. Well, then it has to stand out a little bit, right? So it's kind of for us, especially like websites. Oh, I just need a website. Well,
what's your goal?
What's your goal? You want more customers? Because a website doesn't generate the customers automatically. You still need the traffic in. You need people coming. So maybe it's search engine and maybe you're driving social media leads to the website or however you're getting the traffic in. And it stops us from not providing value. It comes back to the value thing because I don't want to build a website for someone that doesn't add value to them. And I don't want to run advertising for someone that it's actually not going to add value. It always comes back to that. Do a discovery. Let's see, what do you actually need before I send your proposal?
Yeah.
I wonder, when you're in the construction space, what did that look like for you then? Was it a lot of meeting with the customer ahead of time, making sure it was perfect? Because I like the custom home building space.
For sure, yeah. No, there was a lot of meetings there. Of course, the typical flow. Thank you. Would be I'm sitting there having a coffee or dinner at the local restaurant, right? And there's new people coming in all the time and talking about their homes, talking about what they want to do, and then just talk from there. Yeah, just talk from there. So to what we were just talking, that there would be no. I guess selling the trust is always face to face there. Yeah. Because it would be very rare that somebody would be phoning like they phoned me today. Hey, I'm looking for a house here in Mexico. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's usually they've already investigated that they want to come to the Yucatan. And now they're just there renting for a little bit, checking out the scene. And then from there, it just kind of trickles and flows.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And back to the customer thing, the main reason I was so adamant on doing that is because it was Wild West. Like we're talking 2009, 2010. You have homes where the locals were selling them for $40,000. And then the foreigners who were real estate agents are selling them for 80.
Get a 40% markup.
40%, 100% from 40,000 to 80K. So yeah, I really noticed that whole key. People need protection, if you will. So I tried to get in there and provide the honesty and integrity in between the expats buying and purchasing their home and building. Because if you're hiring somebody where there's that language barrier involved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've saw it time and time again where the quote is 10,000, but it's actually a $50,000 job. But once you're in, and that's what I'm saying, once you're in, it's way.
Here's the fee and here's the extra material, and it doesn't end up being what was
correct.
Sold.
Exactly. Yeah. That was a difficult.
How do you compete in a market like that?
It was tough, man. And that was part of the reason. Yeah, I guess to get to some honesty, but I guess that was part of the reason I had to kind of, pack up, because I did not want to sacrifice my integrity and honesty to provide a quote that I know full well is not complete just to win the job.
Right.
Yeah, didn't feel well. So there's a few things that were compounding there.
Okay, interesting.
Which I do not regret that happened at all. It has created the man today. And
well, and now you know, like, you want to be in a space where integrity can be like front and center.
And now we can sniff it out like a dog.
Yeah, you can see when it's there. Well, and
you can feel it. Yeah.
Well, and I've noticed like there have been markets here in Steinbach where it's controlled, right? Where there's one person providing a service, and until I would say fairly recently, for years and years, the decal space was 3 guys in Steinbach, and the prices were just. And now there's been a couple of other people come in. And now everything's kind of like.
Well, I hope I rustled from some feathers. Yes, I definitely wanted to do some aggressive pricing.
Yeah. Well,
because it is difficult to get into this. And it's nothing, it is what it is, right? Like you got companies they've got their fleets with this company for years. Yeah, why would they change? It's understandable, right?
Yeah.
So just getting into that. And it's almost like we got to wait for the second generation homeowner who's looking for those, oh man, we got to cut costs. Oh man, we got decals here where this is.
Yeah.
So we need almost the new homeowner or the new business owner that's now taken over, now looking for ways to cut costs. And then that's where the new companies like myself can come in.
Yeah.
Because now I'm coming in, undercutting in a fair market. And
well, and that's the thing. If you can do that and still add value and still make money, like that's still super, super valuable to the market here, right? And that's where like you kind of need competition. Like we've got lots of competition in town. We know that we're not the most expensive. We're not the cheapest either in town, but it's good to have that competition. Yeah. A new marketing company pops up every so often in Steinbach, and it's like, good, let's have more competition. Let's have people coming in, making sure the market's honest, making sure like everyone can get the quotes that they need. And there's lots of work for everybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's tons of work. And that's the whole thing about maturing as a business owner is understanding that. And case in point, my buddy Matt Penner there at On Point, great guy.
Yeah.
And he's somebody I can lean on because I can't provide every time for every customer. Yeah. But I just it's not a good feeling to say no. Be on your merry way.
Yeah.
I can actually contact him and send customers to him that I can't help. And that's the whole point. Like, let's help the customer. Sure, we're direct competitors, but there's no reason why we need to put up these walls.
Yeah. And like On Point is really, that's Matt is at On Point. And they have stuff that they can do in-house that a lot of people can't in this area. Like they can actually, if you need a business card like yesterday because you're going to a trade show and you missed it, they're the only people around who can do it. And it's awesome to have someone around who can do that. Sure. Or like they also have that awesome print on printer.
Oh yeah.
Like direct onto material. Well, if you need something yesterday, that's the best.
No, exactly.
Like it's so fast.
Exactly.
So they serve a very, very important piece in this ecosystem of the market.
Yeah, exactly.
Where do you think that you fit in terms of like, what's your ideal customer? What's your ideal projects? What do you like doing?
Ideal projects, sports cars like the Audi R8s, Lambos. Those are my goals. That's where I want to get to. Yeah.
Do you like doing wraps, decals, mostly on vehicle is your favorite?
Yeah, absolutely. On walls or on vehicles, it makes no difference to me as far as liking. But when it comes to wraps, I think I much more prefer the reward of doing a full custom wrap is much greater than doing decals, of course. So that is, man, I like it all.
You like it all.
Yeah, man.
You like it all. That's good. Well, and the passion for vehicles gives you the opportunity to do all of the vehicle stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. We have been doing websites forever. We love websites. We're good at websites. But we've like started into like the advertising side of things, and we love that piece too. And so it's like we've got these two things that we really, really love doing, because I love the feeling of, you have more customers. Like that is so good for us.
Yeah.
So I don't care how the advertising comes, but as long as you're getting more customers, I'm a happy guy.
Yeah.
And so we've done like a pivot over the years of saying, okay, like we're a website company, to now we're actually more of a marketing company. We build you the website so that you can get the digital leads. But at the end of the day, we got to drive traffic. We got to drive more customers.
Your goal is to funnel the customers to that platform that you just created.
Yeah. Get them to the website, get them to the lead form. Or like sometimes we'll do it right on platform, but at the end of the day, you need somewhere to land people. And so that's now how we think of websites. It's like holistically, our main thing is getting you customers now, and a website is a key part of that. And I like that you like working with vehicles and like the decal piece, and whether that's a wrap to get you there or the decals, like your goal is just to like do the graphics. Like that's cool.
And accomplish the goal that they were achieving. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Whether that's marketing or just make it look cool.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Do you get more work from like the business side or from the design side?
These days it's quite half and half,
Half and half.
Yeah, I'm getting quite a bit of more commercial companies here in Steinbach this year, which is great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you find that mostly comes from you did one job, got a really good thing, and then they just keep coming back? Or how do people come in?
It's a scattered method, The latest one that I'm is I'm going through the drive-thru at Tim's, and I see a transit van and their decals are all peeling, and so I take a photo, phone them up and say, hey, and then we go from there.
That's awesome.
It's what you got to do.
It's grassroots. Yeah. Well, and I think I am more and more interested in like, how are people growing at the bottom? Like, hey, I have no customers and I'm coming up, and it's always things like grassroots, or I'm reaching out to the people I know, or I'm going through the drive-thru and doing that thing.
Right.
Or like for us, we've done some stuff where it's like, we look, hey, your website's broken, or your website's not working, or there's an issue with it here, there, or the other place. And we can kind of come in and say, hey, this is an issue. Yeah. Being able to identify the problem for them is sometimes valuable.
For sure.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So on the sales side, how do you find sales? Like, I guess you quote against other people and stuff like that. What do you think about when you think about sales? What's important? What are the key things that you do?
Well, I guess it seems like there's always this common denominator here, but it really all depends on what the customer goal is and what they want to achieve, right? And from there, it's a matter of adjusting to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
I think I do know what you mean. I think my question is more along like process. Like for us, we do we do a lot of follow up with people. We do a lot of like reaching out to people and saying, okay, we do like our process is discovery call. Then we have a proposal that we give and present to the client, potential client. And then after that, we do follow up and we make sure things are going well. And what do you do on that side of like customer relationship and
pre-sale?
Yeah.
Pretty much the same thing, the typical thing, the follow up. One actual shift this time around is I don't chase. I don't chase. I do know the value I'm providing. I do know what I am providing is valuable.
Yeah.
And I'm not racing to the bottom. So, for right or wrong, these days, I've put in the quote, I'll do my follow-up. And I guess if there's no response or anything like that, poof, on to the next.
That's interesting. Do you ever follow up with that client later on down the road and say, hey, how'd things go? Or right now you're just
sometimes,
on the next one?
Sometimes, but not really, because their goal is to get what they need for them, right? And I guess that isn't me. You know what I mean?
I think I do.
So
tell me more. Because this might be a point of disagreement.
True. No, like the thing is like you need to be able to read each situation as well. So how often do you want to be a fish going up the Fraser River when, let's put it in a different phrase.
Yeah.
Path of least resistance.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I've done everything that I've typically done that has closed sales in the previously. And then for some reason, this company X, it just doesn't work for them.
Right.
Is that a me thing or is that a them thing?
Right.
Right. So then I have to decide, do I need to change everything I do for a 1%er or just let the 1%er go off and continue on my 99 that fit?
Yes. Yeah. And so I think like we turn down jobs too, because sometimes it isn't a fit. We're not the right
exactly
person for the company. What we will do is if I identify that I can add a ton of value to a company, I feel like it's almost a disservice if I don't follow up with them and say, hey, I know I can add tons and tons of value to what you guys are doing.
That is an exception I 100% agree with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty bullish on what we do. Like I think we can add a ton of value to lots of companies. And so if I have that conviction, then I will follow up, and I'll follow up quite a lot. I'll follow up and say, hey, this is kind of what we think we can get for you. Hey, this is what I'm seeing other people in your industry do. And so that follow-up piece I find is important.
Okay. Yeah. And that's valid. Yeah. Yeah. When you like I was saying, there's always exceptions to everything. And that would be definitely like, sometimes, and then you got to, but then where's the line of being annoying and providing value, right?
I think for the most part, people have let me know. Like if I'm following up and they're like, hey, you know what? We're really not going to make a decision, or we're not going to move forward with you guys. I almost prefer that.
100%. Give me yes or no, cut and dry. Let's go, move on if we need to.
Yeah, let's make a decision.
Yeah.
Let's make a decision. Go work with someone else, or go figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
In the advertising space, usually someone's coming to me and says, I need more work.
Okay. Yeah.
And so then being able to say, yes, we can get you more work. Let's get you more work. I like the value is there. And so then it's like, hey, let's do this thing, or go find someone else to help you solve this problem, because it's an immediate problem in the business often. And so maybe that's a little bit of a different world than I think the graphics world maybe, where you are serving a need that's like, it's done and completed once it's done, right? So if they go and work with someone else and they get their decals on, that job is done and it's gone.
Right.
Whereas on the marketing front, you always need more work, right? Yeah. People are ready for more work as soon as their last job is done or whatever. So I think maybe there's a little bit of a difference in what we sell, and that maybe impacts how we sell it.
Okay. Yep.
So, no, it's interesting. How do you track things in your business?
What part of it?
Like, how do you track sales and marketing and like
Marketing? I don't do too much tracking because again, I don't do.
You're not doing much right
Not
now?
doing too much. Yeah. Just sales is the typical like PO structure and that. Yeah, that's how I track my sales. I'm pretty. Cool. Yeah, maybe probably something I need to button up a little bit.
We have it's something we're thinking about a lot because we haven't always done a good job of tracking our stuff. Mm-hmm. We help people build out their CRMs on the marketing side quite a lot because once you start getting a lot of leads, you got to manage them and track them and follow up and all that kind of stuff. But on the sales side, we're starting to get into the tracking piece because it's really interesting to see, okay, is the process I'm using to close people and to sell people, is it working? Or is it not working? And should I pivot and change something? And then like systemizing some of that stuff. So that's why I'm kind of interested in like, what are people doing with their systems? How are you tracking? Is it mostly through your accounting or?
You know, I need to put my directness in check a lot of the times in sales because I'm a rip the Band-Aid off kind of guy, very direct. Let's say it how it is.
Yeah.
Say what you mean and mean what you kind of mean what you say. So sometimes I'm like, okay, like it's just like, it's very simple. You're not going to hurt feelings here. Yes or no. Let's just either move on or not.
You're what we would call D in the DISC personality. Direct.
Bullseye.
Yeah. I am a C.
You know what? I'm a floater. If you'd actually get to know the deep Bruce, I'm a floater. I know that chart. I'm a bit of a chameleon where depending on the situation, I can adjust. If I need to be a C, I'll be a C.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again, it's just like politics. Nobody's 100% Republican. Nobody's 100% Democratic. It's situational. It's in the context, right?
Yes.
So you can't just put it in one area.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
you might drift towards one more often.
Yeah.
In my case, I'm like, if you were to do the assessment, I'm really low on I. And people think that that's bizarre because I talk to people lots and I have lots of conversations.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's not that I'm not engaged with people and I'm not interested in talking to people. It's that it's not my natural first thing. I'm more direct and I'm more detail oriented. But that doesn't mean that I'm not able to do the thing.
No, for sure.
Yeah. Which is good because if you took a personality test and that's all you're allowed to do now, that would be problematic.
Oh man, yeah. Like, you know, the guys who, what's the analogy? The D's are shooting before the C's they're still aiming or they're still deciding or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my gun's empty before the C's are. I'm already reloading before the C's have even shot a.
Just take action, do the next thing.
Take action, fail hard, fail fast, adjust, learn, and move on.
Yeah. Well, and I think business is heavily won by those who are going to take more action. Like the more action,
the ones who are not scared to fail. Like failing isn't a big deal. Like you got to make mistakes to learn. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
I think the most biggest disservice you can do to yourself is have all this experience and still be shit scared to take a jump 20 years later.
Yeah. Well, and
oh man, I'd like to grab those people and let's jump. I'll jump with you, man. Let's go.
Just do the thing. Take action.
Just do it.
Yeah. Well, my fundamental belief is if I take extreme action, I'll get extreme results. And I might lose. It's a Michael Jordan thing. You miss every shot you don't take, right? So at the end of the day, take the shot. Yeah. Take it. Yeah. Like just move and do more things. You'll lose jobs. You'll make mistakes. But those mistakes, they happen and you can move on. You can do the next thing. You can build the next project.
It's only a mistake or error, truly, if you're not learning from it. Like if you're taking it and saying, oh man, that didn't work. Okay, next. Nah, you need to learn from it. That's the whole point of it, I guess, right?
I think learning is like critical. I'm like super, super aggressively trying to learn new things all the time. Like I want to learn, I want to grow. What's your, like, what do you do to grow in business? What do you do to learn? What's your...
Man, just study people who are successful, right? Like just study them, however that means to you. But yeah, just kind of learn. And it's not just that, it's being able to look at what they do and not just look at it for what it is, but there's so much depth to it. Like,
yeah,
I don't even know how to explain it. Like, there's so many things underneath the surface that one needs to be able to chew on, and not everybody can see that stuff, and I can't even explain that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I've talked to a few business owners, and like sometimes it's weird things that they're like really particular about, and you're like, oh, I get it. That thing has served you well. Like, I know one business owner. He's very particular about like the way he phrases things and the way that he talks to people, but he like cut his teeth in sales. And so he's like really intentional about how do I talk to people and how do I engage people.
That's right.
How much do I ask questions and how much do I give information?
Mm-hmm.
And like,
well, if he's
super fascinating.
like you say, cutting his teeth in sales, well, so then he's probably like just his base state of being is trying to ask the right questions to get that person to the result that we're looking for.
Quickly too.
Yeah.
Right. You don't want to beat around the bush too much.
That's right.
You want to actually be able to solve the problem without, getting into too much detail.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. I always said I'm not a salesman, but I like it, I guess.
Yeah.
I like talking. I like helping. And
the nice thing about like, there is salesmanship is one piece, and like you can do lots and lots of sales and you can be very pitchy, but realistically, the type of sales that works at the end of the day is always going to be, can I add value to you? And can I show you the value that I can add?
right.
And so at the, like my bent is to be like pretty low pressure. And to just say, this is the value I can add. Do you want this value?
That's the same thing for me. And that alludes to what I was saying before. Like, and it is an issue with the way I do things, I would think, if I was looking from the outside in, because I know I am trying with all to give you what you need at like and a great price and whatever, great value. And if they can't see it, then okay, I'll just move on and try to find somebody who can see it and not just try to beat that door and look at the value, look at it. If you don't want to, then I'll just path of least resistance.
Yeah.
And again, that's probably, and most things that my position today, it could be completely different tomorrow, depending on the information I received during today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
there's a line in sales that I think is like super, super valuable. And that is, do you have enough information to make a decision? Because it's not saying, hey, this is super valuable or you need to buy right now. It's, hey, like, have we had enough conversation? Like, do you understand the value? Are we on the right page?
Right.
And then if the answer is no, what other information can I provide that would be like super helpful for you to make this decision?
Right.
Because I don't want you to for sure say yes. If it's not the right decision for you, don't say yes. So what information can I provide you to make that decision?
Right.
And that it's a valuable question because it's really obvious to the person you're selling to that I want to add value to you. I'm not trying necessarily to do anything other than make sure you know the value I can provide.
Right. Yeah.
It's much less pushy than can I have the sale?
Transparent and yeah.
And it's like when you're having a discussion about selling something, people know that you have a thing to sell. And so, yes, this is a good question because now you get to ask whatever questions. I'm opening it up to you. You can say, yes, I have enough information and now the sale's done. Good. And if you don't have enough information, that tells me a little bit about, okay, maybe I haven't explained it right or there's missing pieces of the puzzle.
Yeah.
So I always think that's good. And that's also like a great question when someone says, I need time to think about it. hey, is there any information I can give you?
That's right.
So that your thinking process can be like full. Like I can give you all the info you need.
Yeah. So you can go pass that on for the wife for the decision making.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. The wife needs to sign off on it is a very common objection.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do when someone has an objection like that?
Man, not the right thing. I usually just let it slide. I don't usually push it. Depending on the project. Now that doesn't happen with commercial jobs, of course.
Right.
That's just wraps and little decals, cool things that people want on their personal vehicles.
The equivalent in B2B, though, is I have a business partner I need to talk to. You've probably heard that one too.
Touche. Yeah, man. I haven't talked, actually. No, I haven't really.
You haven't gotten that one?
No. And again, like, whatever. I don't care. I can talk freely. I think like people like Racker Roofing is a company I would really like to approach, right? They have some cool decals already, but it alludes to like how does a new company get into an established relationship between vehicles and decals already, right?
Yeah.
Like how does one and it is what it is, but especially in Steinbach, where it's even a little bit more difficult to get into that market.
Should I tell you something funny?
Yeah.
I'm glad you said they have cool decals now. Because back in my decal days, I designed that decal package.
Right on. No, it is really cool.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it's a good question of like, how do you get into that relationship? Because there is often multiple decision makers and there's an existing fleet and we want it all to match. I think that's the piece there of like, how do you get in there is like build relationship.
It's
right?
build relationship, and from experience, it happens through just an offshoot opportunity where, you know what, these guys are closed today and I need this decal today.
Yeah.
So those types of moments is where somebody can kind of like myself can maybe sneak in, because then I got one truck done for them. It was on scope, it was on budget, it was whatever. And maybe then from there, it can sprout into something.
Yeah. Well, and I find like right now, if you're available, that makes a big difference, right? Because if people are busy, you can get in and you can have that conversation.
Yep.
Something that this is a critique I have of a lot of businesses in the service industry is when you make the phone call and you call them and they don't pick up the phone, well, they're probably going to call the next guy on Google.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And so
I do that. I know people do it to me.
Yeah. Well, and
actually, no, I answer the phone probably 99% of the time.
I think you answer the phone like 99%.
I try anyway. Yep. Because of exactly that. But anyway.
And it's such an easy thing to do is just like the rule is we answer the phone. Like we just answer the phone. That's important. It's more important than the other thing you're doing. We work with a roofing company, and they changed their time to lead of just like how quickly do you respond, and they've sped it up and it increased their close rate significantly. It's just about like, can you service the customer when they need the service?
Yeah.
And whatever, if someone's busy and you can fill the spot, or if they didn't answer the phone and you can come in and help, like those are always opportunities where you can take advantage of almost the competition's lack of ability to deliver.
For sure. That's a great segue, because even I think newer business owners that come into making a business, they're looking at their competition. They don't understand, I don't think, the mental game involved in building a business. Back when my first few businesses, it was all just competition. There's competition. How am I going to just get into the market, right? Push, push, push. Today, I'm here and I'm just going to consistently keep pushing, knowing that, probably 2 out of the 3 new businesses will probably fail within the first couple of years. Yeah. Not because they're poor at business or because the product wasn't good. Right. The person that needs to develop to create and sustain a business is not talked about very much.
No.
It is a journey on building yourself.
Yeah. Well, and great businesses are run by great people. And I would say for the journey that I've been on, I would say the business has always grown to the level that we've grown as people, right? So if we aren't growing, the business stops growing.
For sure.
And then if we grow and we
like
learn
that.
new skills, then the business can grow too.
Sure.
And so my goal as a leader and as an owner of a business is I need to keep growing so the business can keep growing. It really does fall down to, like, great businesses are run by great CEOs. Are you growing? Are you becoming a great CEO? Who are you becoming along the journey? Are you becoming someone who's good at sales and has the skills and has the relationships? The person you become in the journey is actually almost more valuable.
Yeah, 100%.
Than the business.
Yeah, because absolutely. And the reason I said, I said at the beginning, I'm unemployable, which is silly to say. But anyway, and the reason I said that is because I need to be, like I said, I can't just sit there and do tasks to complete it. I need to be making decisions. I need to be guiding somebody towards being better or something like that. And I just can't do that while doing mundane tasks.
Yeah.
Building a business, you can, because you're always interacting with somebody. You're always talking with somebody else who's building a business. You can talk, you can encourage, you can build up. And I don't know, man. I need to be out there. I just love building relationships, building with people, which is very ironic because I'm very alone. Like, I'm very solitude. I'm in solitude a lot, Yeah. And I learned that a lot from way back in Mexico. Like, and it's not a bad thing. I enjoy that, but
yeah.
I don't even know where I was going with that, but
there's a thing of the person you are in quiet, the person you are alone kind of dictates like what your character looks like, right? So the things you're willing to do when it's late at night and you're working on a project or there's no one there or there's no accountability.
Yeah.
The person you are in that moment dictates a lot of like how productive you are and how much value you can add and what your character looks like. And as business owners, you get a lot of that. Like, you get testing and trial of like, what are you actually going to do?
Yeah.
Are you actually going to take the action that you said to yourself you were going to do? You said you were going to do that thing. Are you going to do it?
That's right. That's right. And that exactly reminded me of something there. My last customer, Alcock Masonry. He asks me, what do you enjoy most about doing this? And there's many answers to that. And the answer I gave him, and it is so true. I absolutely enjoy being tested on my integrity on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I love being able to confirm I am who I am and I have integrity and I will help you because it's honesty and all that. I enjoy that. I like being tested like that. I like being tested on my faith. I like being tested in this way.
Well, I was going to say, it's like when you're a Christian and you say, Lord, I'd like to grow in patience. You're like, get ready to wait. Like,
get ready for a storm.
Yeah. But it's good. Like, it changes who you are. Your character changes.
Yeah.
And whether or not you had the patience before and you just didn't know, sometimes it's God confirming for you, like, what does your character look like? I'm going to put you in a trial, and it's a test, right? Yeah. It's a testing trial, and all of a sudden you find out, actually, I do have the integrity to push through, and I do have the will to do the things that I wish I would do.
Like, even, here's a prime example, man. Language barrier. This guy is newer to Canada. He came in for some PPF, didn't speak much English.
Yeah.
The quote was for $2,500 and 50% down. He gave me $1,250.
Yeah.
Perfect. So the week goes by, job's done. He's coming to pick it up. And he gives me $2,500. Here you go, $2,500. Gives me $2,500 because that was what the job was. I guess he misunderstood what the deposit was.
Ah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's those moments I love. No, man, it's only $1,250. Here's $1,250 back.
Yep.
I could have easily pocketed that
That's not how you do business.
No, man, I would much rather have an easy time laying down at night than an extra $1,200.
Yeah. Well, and what you like, just do what you say you're going to do, quote what you say you're going to quote, bill what you say you're going to bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
and we all fail at that times, but the point is we must try. We must go for that.
Yeah. And I think the higher the bar you have for integrity, the more people are willing to work with you. Mm-hmm. Like that's just that's the reality.
But it's a double-edged sword, because when one is like that, the standard to work with somebody is also higher, because if you're not at that integrity, how can I trust you? Yeah.
I have found that if I only want to work with people who have zero track record of ever being unintegral, it's going to be impossible to do work, because we're all humans.
Exactly.
And so I bend towards, I will trust people to a fault. And if someone is going to come and they give me a reason not to trust them, I'll still work with you. You might just get different terms, or you might get, we might work with you a little bit differently.
Okay. But that's where we're different.
You just pass it off.
Cut.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. I like to give people second chances. Yeah.
I do too. I'm very contextual on what the situation is.
Yeah.
But in general, I would probably
cut it
move
off.
on.
I call people to really high levels of integrity. I had a client who for years was always paid a period behind on their bills. So month to month, and I finally just had a meeting and I said, hey, I know you guys can have higher integrity than this, and you guys probably don't intend to be behind. Moving forward, we need to be caught up. And I think it triggered something in them, and now they are. And they have been for years. Yeah. And it's like, okay, so sometimes you can call people.
Like on that situation, for sure. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Mm-hmm. So when you're looking at like, okay, I want to do, let's switch to your business a little bit.
Okay. Graphics on demand.
Graphics on demand. When someone's coming to work with you, what are like your key services? Like if someone said, hey, like I'm starting a business and I need all the things done, what are the things that you can provide for a business?
We can develop their logo. Mm-hmm. We can develop their layout for their fleets.
Yeah.
I don't do websites or none of that stuff.
You can come to us for that.
Exactly. Yeah. No, pretty much. You just get them everything that they need from their design. Like most people these days, which is great, they go to the ChatGPT or whatever, and they get their concept ready. Many rappers and many design studios I'm finding are not happy with the whole AI thing, where people are just sending them their stuff, and which is awesome. I love that they're so mad about it, because why? Just figure out a way to transform their image faster and easier into what you need, and be on your merry way. But
so you would do like set up the logo, get everything, the files ready,
print, cut, install, everything that they would need. I can do office walls. I'm just getting into frostings and all that kind of stuff. I wanted to start doing all of that stuff. Signage.
I'm doing
signs now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like let's say if it's a big 16 by 12 foot residential property, kind of like hillsides that they have there. Yeah. Those type of signs, absolutely. Yeah, all that.
Very cool. So signs, trucks, decals, frosted vinyl, logo stuff. Go to
end of July 2026, we will be starting to do automotive tinting.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. You know.
Oh, and PPF too, right?
PPF as well. And I'm going to elaborate a bit on collaboration. In the beginning, I stated collaboration to me is huge. And I don't do tint. I didn't do tint. I didn't want to really do tint. Why? Because I want to focus on what I'm focusing on.
Yeah.
But I still don't want to turn away the customer. So I tried making some strategic, let's say business friendships, where I would try to refer.
Yes. Yeah.
Refer. It just doesn't work out quite as one would want, I guess. I don't know. There's no issues or nothing like that. It's just I'm huge on extending the olive branch
Yeah.
and seeing what type of reciprocation. If there's zero reciprocation, then okay, no problem. There's no resentment or anything. It's just we're done.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit like you. I'm trusting to a fault because I truly am. I want to be treated as I treat people, and I treat people as I want to be treated. So,
well, and we run a very similar system where we're in the marketing thing. We do websites and we do advertising, and there's stuff that we just say, hey, we're not going to do it. We're going to focus on other things. So we don't do video, really. We don't do photography.
Okay.
We don't do graphics. We don't do like decals and all that kind of stuff. So we use freelancers and we use graphics on demand or like whoever can service the thing. Sometimes it's On Point, sometimes it's whoever. Because we don't do those pieces of the puzzle. But those people have to change sometimes. Sometimes there is someone we've used a lot for video and the consistency drops off or the delivery isn't like to the standard that we try to provide for our clients. And then we move and we will find someone who has that skill set or the delivery. Because to me, it's still about value. I don't want to refer out to somebody who isn't going to have that value. It's kind of nice to be sitting here with Bruce Ducharme because he does provide the value on time when he says he's going to. So that's kind of a like...
You just spurred. I know my strategic method now to get into somebody like Racker Roofing. Thank you. Thank you. While you were talking. Yeah. So great. Thanks. Good.
I'm glad. Care to share?
Well, it's just exactly that. Like, I'm just trying to think, instead of being so scared of you, like you can't get into the company, I'm just going to go present myself and when there's a need, because I have no idea if they're in the same situation where they have the graphics guy, but maybe they're not that happy. Maybe, I don't know. Who am I to assume that everything's good?
Yeah.
So
you may as well ask.
I may as well present myself, what I do, who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
There you go. Go reach out. Go do the thing. Take the action.
Yep. You got action, man. Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap.
Take action.
Take action. Yeah.
I am learning more and more. I follow a lot of Alex Hormozi's stuff. Acquisition.com. Actually was down there for a cool scaling workshop. And their whole team and everything that they talk about when they say, go and hire people like this, or we work with people like this. It's all who are the people who are going to take action, predisposed to taking tons and tons of action, learning from mistakes, willing to be like real with themselves, extreme candor, just like, did this work? No, it didn't work. Okay, well, then let's change it. Let's do it differently. Let's work with...
And owning it. It was me. Own it. If it needs to be owned, own it.
Yeah.
Learn, move on.
Total responsibility. And then just move on, right? But if you're not taking action, it's easy to wallow, right?
Yeah.
That thing didn't work. Oh, it didn't work. Maybe I shouldn't do more of it, blah, blah, blah. Just take more action. You'll figure it out along the way.
Yeah. I'm huge component. I actually thrive and I love walking in the unknown because it's unknown. We have no idea what street lamp will turn on this dark road that you're going, and it could be the game changer.
Yeah.
But if you never even start walking along that dark road, you'll never find it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and like growth happens in all those moments, right?
100%. Like growth doesn't happen in perfection.
Yeah. Well, it's super fascinating. Like when you make mistakes is often when you grow more. I like to grow from other people's mistakes, read books and all that kind of stuff. But like when you feel it, it changes the way you do things. I made this mistake. It's a huge problem. I'm never doing that again.
100%.
Or I'm going to like hold myself to a different standard because it's what's required to get the results I need.
Yeah.
Or I realize I don't have a skill. I'm going to go get that skill, become the person who can do the thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's a business owner almost exclusive. Like there's some leadership roles and stuff where you can have that position, but it is a business. Like when you're in business, you have to be doing that.
Yeah.
Which is, I think maybe why I love business. I do love it.
Yeah. No, me too. Me too. I like the chase. I love the chase. And I'm not scared of no's. Like, let's get to 10 no's quickly so I can get to my yes, please. Let's just do it, get it over with. And
Yeah.
it's just a numbers game. And
it is just a numbers game. Like, I love going into the numbers. Sometimes it is, yeah, you made a mistake here or whatever, but it is just do more.
Yeah.
Get better.
Yeah.
Grow.
Mm-hmm.
Volume.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I try to live my mentality like this, and I pass it on to my girls. It's like, I know it sounds super cheesy, but like, go for the stars. Nobody is going for the stars. You may not get to the stars, but if you get to the moon, look at everybody else who's still on Earth.
Yeah.
Like, just jump, just do it.
Yeah. Aim for the sky, right?
Yes. Yeah. In your business,
Yeah.
what do you think is one of the founding pillars that keeps you open, that keeps you coming in every day?
Our biggest one is add value.
Add value.
Add value. Everything we do has to add value to our customers. It has to add value to our team. Like, add value is like a core principle for us. And if we're not adding value, we've missed the mark somewhere. Mm-hmm. So like, that is our like flagship stake in the ground. That's what we're going to do, is we're going to add value. Mm-hmm. We have like, the other thing that we're very bullish on is like being a business that's run in a Christian way. Mm-hmm. So that means we treat everyone with respect. That means we like care about our community. That means we care about, we have a coach who talks about the 4 C's of business. And that's, now I got to remember what they are. It's society or social, economic, environmental, and Chris, do you remember what they were? Spiritual. Mm. And so making sure that we're having a social impact, we're having an economic impact, we're having an environment, like our environment is good, mm-hmm. and ultimately not having a terrible spiritual impact too, mm-hmm. on us and the team and the people we work with. Mm-hmm. So
spread the light, not the darkness.
Exactly. So we care tons and tons and tons about those things. We track ourselves on those things. Are we mm-hmm. doing them? We have accountability with our Sweet. Coach on that.
Okay.
But like, from a business values perspective, it's add value. Add value. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one thing I often ask myself. How can we run a business that's doing what we need to do, but yet still providing the Lord's will, if you will?
Yeah.
Like, how do you
run?
Because I absolutely hate the whole thing about whatever. We won't get into crazy stuff, but there's this whole thing, like, there is nothing wrong with money. No. Like, there's this whole thing about money. Like, whatever. It's the love of the money that's the issue. Mm. You know what I mean? The love of it. You can have tons and tons of it. All it is money. It's 20s and 50s and 5s, numbers on a bill, right? It's nothing more.
Yeah.
Nothing more.
It's a tool, and how are you going to use it? And how are you going to put it to work?
Exactly. Yeah.
I think money just increases whatever you have as a person in terms of your integrity and your character.
Yep.
It increases your ability to push that out.
It also reveals who you truly are. If you're a dick with a smile on every day and you get a couple $1 million, your smile will go away.
Yeah. And it'll just be the dick. Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. You know, if you're a pure soul, a pure heart, and you got tons of money, many people will benefit.
Yeah. Well, and that's why we're so aggressive on it, is we don't need to gain the whole world and lose our souls. So we will.
I would much rather lose the world.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I'd like to make a lot of money, mm-hmm. but I want to make that money adding value to people, having integrity, caring about my environment 100%. And my people. And
100%. Yeah.
That's important to me.
Yeah, me too. No. God is definitely the founding pillar in my business. 100%.
That's good.
Yeah, 100%.
he's a founding pillar in my life.
Well, of course, yes. Okay.
Yeah. No, but it always is like.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's easy to get distracted by, okay, we have to send out this invoice and we have to deliver this project and this has to get done. It's easy to get distracted by that. Like, we have coaches and people we work with to keep us accountable so that it's not even about like, oh, we get there and, oh, did we think about it? It's, I know that accountability is there.
Right.
I just don't, like, I am going to have the integrity. I am going to care about my community and impact and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, coaches, I think coaches are great.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't ever had one. And I find myself wanting, like I mentioned before, like I'm a lone wolf, really. I spent 10 years pretty much alone in Mexico. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm comfortable with who I am. I don't need any external support, if you will.
Yeah.
But shoot, where was I going with this? There was this. That happens a lot with me though too. I get onto. What were we just talking about? I had a great point to say.
Godly businesses, coaches.
Thank you. Yeah. Like, I'm finding I need somebody to talk to in depth. Like, I don't like small talk, talking about who won the sports game. I hate that. I just, whatever. I want depth. I want to talk about visions, ideas, growth. How do you get there? You know what? Buddy has an idea on Friday, and by Sunday evening, Monday's coming. How are we launching this?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. You know what I mean? That I'm finding. I'm wanting that. I'm seeking that to somebody, just not a coach, just a brainstorm buddy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But somebody who can. It sounds ridiculous, but somebody can think deeply. I don't know how to say it.
You almost need a good business partner.
Don't even say it. Don't even say it. But yeah, no, I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Sounding boards are good. Specifically ones that can think quickly and be on the same page as you and has the same culture as you. I have a business partner, Chris. He's in the room. I find it very valuable to have someone to just be like, this is a cool thing. We should do this thing. And like get feedback and say, okay, this is interesting. How can we do this? How can we implement it? Because I'm one brain and I'll go down a path and I'll just be, this makes tons of sense. Let's go do this thing.
Right.
And there might be like a critical flaw, like at the beginning of the path, and I'm actually running into a forest of trees. And sometimes Chris will be like, hey, have you thought about this? Or it's like, oh yeah. Or hey, if we go this way, it still works. Just point yourself in a little bit of a different direction. And same thing goes the other way, right?
For sure.
I do like the camaraderie of having like people in business to talk to.
Yeah, man.
Very cool.
Love business. Love it. Again, like I just love the chase. I think with all the time that I've done, I need that. I think I need that dopamine rush of the chase of the, will it work? Is it going to happen? Let's go. Let's try.
Trying new things, doing new things.
Yeah.
Pushing buttons, figuring out if it's going to work. That's cool.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
Because it doesn't matter to me if I get praise or criticism. I'm just me.
You're just here for the ride.
Yeah.
I'm here for the ride too.
Man.
Well, thanks for coming in.
No worries. This was fantastic. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you.